Whenever the power communication is there, so what will happen? So there is a two ways of power communication. So in the power communication, main supply is on, then it is directly connected to the load, and whenever the load is the power is off or main supply is off, it is inverter is on, because the charged the voltage which is from a battery is at the inverter. Now it is given to the load. Okay, so this is the working of the your, what is that, offline UPS. So in the offline UPS, what is that, rectifier or charger is used to uh, convert the, what is that, AC to DC. So and the battery stores the DC voltage. Inverter is to convert the DC to AC. So and the transfer switch is to, it is normally connect the main supply. When the main supply fails, the switch automatically connects to the inverter circuit. So and what is the time it will connect to the inverter is 5 milliseconds. So what is the advantage of offline UPS is it is low cost, because low capacity, so low cost it will be, size is less also. So and the silent operation, there is no noise and it is efficient. And the disadvantage of offline UPS, minimal power protection, because it is a minimal capacity, and a poor output voltage regulation, and brake transfer to battery mode because of switch over delay. Some it is, some also it, delay also there, the switching time. Okay, and UPS will drop the load if there is a overload current or inverter failure. Okay, whenever the inverter is failed, the UPS will drop the load. So and the where the applications are generally used with the PCs, personal computers, and the other appliances with a small duration of 5 milliseconds less interruption. Okay, usually sealed batteries or lead acid batteries are used, and the running time of this supply is also low, about 10 to 30 minutes. So what is the, how much time it will be capable of running the load, critical loads? It is 10 to 30 minutes only. So office and home PCs and business centers it will used. Okay, small organizations and home PCs they will use offline UPS. Is it clear? So most of the small organizations and PCs, personal computers, uses offline UPS. So what is the online UPS next? So online UPS is also called as a true UPS. So why it is called? Because it is always or continuously it will running the power supply to the load. So it will convert the 230 volts input AC main supply to the DC power, which is then used as charge to the battery, and the DC output of the battery is then converted into AC by using an inverter. The battery continues to drive the inverter without any break and supplies power to the output devices. So that is the reason it is also called the true UPS. In the online UPS, whether the AC main power is on or off, the battery is operated, inverter is on all the time, and the supplies AC output voltage. Okay, is it clear or not? So what is the main difference between offline UPS and online UPS? Whether the switch is on or off, the power supply is on or off, the inverter is continuously on. This is the this is the only this is the only difference between online UPS and offline UPS. So if the, what is the offline UPS? In offline UPS, so the inverter is off when AC main supply is on. In the inverter is on when the AC supply is off. Okay, but in the case of the online UPS, the inverter is always on, so it will continuously supply the power to the load. It is continuously supply power to the load. Okay, is it clear? So this is the only difference, and we have a circuit diagram is same as that of your offline UPS. But what is the difference? This is the difference. The inverter is always on. The inverter is always on. So that is the reason it will continuously it will supply the power supply to the load. Okay. So when the online UPS, when the AC supply is on or off, the battery is operated, inverter is on all the time and supplies the output AC output voltage. And the when the AC main power supply is off, the UPS will be on only until the battery gets discharged. When the AC main power supply is turned on, the battery will get charged again through the rectifier or charger. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? When the battery is gets discharged, when it is gets discharged, the AC supply is off. So AC supply is off means it will get discharged, and it is charged through this battery. This battery. Okay. So this battery will charge the inverter DC to AC, and it will charge the, or it will give it to the load. Okay. AC, when the AC main supply is turns on, the battery will get charged again and through the rectifier or charger. Okay. Then it will be given to the inverter, and it will inverter is given to the transfer switch, and it is given to the load. Okay. So what is the main difference is only that inverter is always on. The inverter is always on. Okay. The inverter is always on. So the rectifier or charger is what is the same function is same. So and what is the transfer switch? The transfer switch is normally connects to the inverter output. So switching times of these supplies are considered to be zero. So the main benefit of the online system is so isolation of source and load. The isolation of source and load. So isolation of source as well as load, it is isolated from the main supply to the load. So what is the meaning here is, so the transfer switch, it is continuously on means the transfer switch of switching over the main supply to the your load is, it is zero. That means there is no switching time, there is no delay. So if the all offline UPS, there is a switching time of 5 milliseconds, but in the case of the online UPS, so there is no switching time, zero switching time. It is directly you will connect because the main supply is directly connected to the inverter because inverter is always on. Okay. So and the main feature of this UPS is to use the battery as primary source, and the load is connected to the inverter. So the battery used as a main power source. The battery used here is the main power source. So is it clear? So and the main power source is used as a battery. And what is the online UPS model? Generally capacity more than 5 kilovolt amperes. It will capacity is 5 kilovolt amperes. So greater than offline UPS. So advantages of online UPS is provides a fail or safe overload protection. So it is having safe overload protection. If the offline UPS, if the capacity of the load is greater than 1 kilovolt ampere, it will fail. But in the online UPS, it will protect overload. It will protect the overloads, and it has a, there is a true no break power supply. So if the power supply is off, main power supply is off, also it will on continuously because of the inverter is on. Inverter is on. So it is no break power supply, and is mainly used for the large servers. So main data protection or security purpose. So main data storage elements, which are the, what are they? Main storage elements are servers. So they will use online UPS. So home PCs and offices, we will use offline UPS, whereas large servers, they will use online UPS. So because of a main storage elements, servers are the main data storage elements. Okay. And the disadvantage of online UPS is size and cost. So size and cost of the online UPS is more compared to the offline UPS. And the power dissipation is very high due to conversion from AC to DC and DC to AC. And heat generation is very high, hence it is reduce the life of the batteries. Is it clear? Heat generator also is more in the online UPS compared to the offline, and that is the reason the life capacity of the batteries will reduce. Okay. So what are the applications of online UPS? Is telecommunication system, voice mail and email systems, network servers, electronic equipments, test and diagnostic equipments. So in the medical purpose and emergency purpose, as well as the data storage purpose and the telecommunication purpose, they will use online UPS. Okay. So if you see the difference between online UPS and offline UPS, they will ask mainly in the question paper. So this is very important. So online UPS and offline UPS. So online UPS is also called a true UPS. Okay, we already discussed. So what is the offline UPS? It is also called a standby UPS. So online UPS other name is continuous supply UPS or continuous true UPS. Whereas offline UPS is standby UPS. And the online UPS, what is the primary source? Main power. The primary source of power is the battery. Whereas offline UPS, the primary source of power is the input main supply. In the offline UPS, main supply, online UPS, battery. So, and the cost is high in the online UPS, whereas offline UPS cost is low. And the switching time is zero in the case of online UPS. So, there is no switching time from main supply to the inverter. So, there is no switching time. The ideally it is zero switching time, but practically it has some switching time. It is less than 1 millisecond, but you can call as a zero switching time. So in the offline UPS, the switching time is less than 5 milliseconds. Okay, so switching time is present in the offline UPS. There is no switching time between the online UPS. So these have capacity more than 5 kilovolt amperes. Online UPS have 5 kilovolt amperes capacity. The offline UPS have the lesser capacities, 1 kilovolt amperes. In online UPS, the power flows continuously through the inverter and the high heat is generated, and it will reduces the battery life. Is it clear? The online UPS power flows continuously from inverter, and it will produce some heat, and it will reduce the lifetime of the battery. Okay, whereas in the case of the offline UPS, the power does not flow continuously through the inverter, and very less heat is produced, and the life of the battery is high. Okay, battery life is more in the case of the offline UPS. So power loss will occur in the online UPS, and the no power loss will occur in the total offline UPS. So and the online UPS, the power output is independent of the input main supply. So whether it is on or off, it will continuously giving the power supply to the load. Whereas in the case of the offline UPS, it is depends upon the input main supply. So if the input main supply is there, then it will continuously it will be given to the load. Whereas if the main supply is off, it will coming the power supply is supplied to the inverter. So and the UPS isolation of AC main supply and load in case of the online UPS. The isolation between a load and a supply is there in the case of a your online UPS. In offline UPS, there is no isolation. So because directly you can connect AC main supply to the load. So size is very high in the case of the online UPS. Capacity is also high and the size is also high. Size is less and the capacity is less in the case of the offline UPS. Efficiency is high in the online UPS. Efficiency is low in the offline UPS. These are used in the telecommunication, network servers, email system, medical application, emergency purpose and data storage. They will use the online UPS, and office and home automations. They will use the business centers. They will use the offline UPS. So this is the online and the offline UPS. Is it clear? All of you. Sanjay, is it clear? Sneha, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So whether the this lecture is clear to all? Respond. Fauzia, are you there? Monica, Leena Sri, Kirti, Satvika, Ritesh, Sanjay. So what is true UPS? Tell me one. What is true UPS?
Online UPS.
Huh?
Online UPS.
So why
Online UPS.
why it is called true UPS?
Because it is continuously delivering the power.
Okay, to the critical loads. Okay, very good. So what is the offline UPS?
Standby UPS
Standby UPS. Why it is called standby?
because it is dependent on power supply.
Okay, very good. Mains power supply. It will depends upon the main power supply. So whenever the power supply is goes off, then only it will be on. The inverter is on. So up to there, the inverter is off. Okay. So and what is the transfer switching time? So switching time in the online UPS. What is the switching time in the online UPS?
Zero, sir.
Zero. Ideally, it is zero. So practically, we have a some consideration less than 1 millisecond. So, but ideally speaking, there is no switching time. So directly, it will be continuously it will run the load. Okay. So, and what is the main applications of online UPS?
It's a voicemail, telecommunication. It is used in medical purpose, data storage elements, etc.
Okay, so it is servers, mainly servers, because the storage elements is very important. The data storage is in the servers. The servers need continuous power supply. So that is the reason the online UPS are used mostly for the servers. So and offline UPS is mainly used for which purpose?
So, business organizations, colleges, schools, etc.
Okay, right, very good. So what is the time? What is the critical load it will be have whenever the main supply is off, how much time it will be capable of running the load in the all offline UPS? How much time it can be able to run the load after AC main supply is off in case of offline UPS? How much time? How much time it will be able to run the load when the
10,
supply is off in the
10 to 30 minutes.
very good. It is a maximum of 30 minutes, half an hour only, it will be able to run the load. Okay. So whereas in the case of the online UPS, if continuously run your load, critical loads. Okay. So this is the today class. So I will wind up today. So we will meet tomorrow. So thank you all.